Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. To shed more light on this historical visit, we're glad to be joined over the phone by Ambassador Rakha Hassan, former assistant to the Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Mr. Ambassador.
Good afternoon.
Ambassador Rakha, some diplomats describe the South Korean president's historical visit to Egypt as very unique and a historical one on all levels. Your comment on this, sir?
Actually, it's an important visit because it is after 16 years of the last visit of South Korean president to Egypt. But President Sisi visited South Korea in 2016. So it is a return visit to the visit of the Excellency President Sisi to South Korea. But many developments have been occurred since the visit of President Sisi to South Korea, particularly in the economic trade and investments between the two countries.
Yes.
And also the effect of the pandemic of Corona during the last 2 years.
Yes.
It has affected the whole world, including Egypt and South Korea. So this visit will reactivate many aspects of the bilateral relations between the two countries.
Yes. Sir, what are the most important topics expected to be discussed during the visit?
As you may know, South Korea and most of the Far East countries, they concentrate on the economic and the trade and investments relations. So the expected topics to be included during the visit, it will be in many areas of the economic field.
Yes.
Particularly, for example, South Korea is interested to invest in many sectors in Egypt.
Yes.
One of them is the seawater desalination, because Egypt is interested and is paying a high priority to the desalination of the seawater.
Yes.
South Korea has an experience in this field and can start a project here. Also, another subject is the renewable energy, or they call it the green energy. Is a solar energy and their energy. Also, South Korea is interested to participate in these areas. Particularly, Egypt has the possibility to be one of the exporting countries of the green energy.
Yes.
Also, the developing the railways. South Korea has a very advanced railways net in its country, and we would like also to participate in the ambitious project of developing railways in Egypt. Also, there are another sector. This is the electronics.
Yes.
Already they have in Egypt factories, big factories of South Korea of electronics, and even they export it to the all neighboring countries in the Middle East and Africa.
Yes.
But they wanted to expand it. Also the electric cars, because this is a car of the future for the maintenance of the environment. The world now is tending to expand in the electric cars.
Yes. Sir, how far the bilateral ties were developed lately, especially after President Sisi took office?
Well, if we look to the trade balance between the two countries, we found that it has increased from 2016 up till now by a big percentage.
Yes.
It reached now, for example, this year, the last year, 2021, it reached about $2 billion, the trade exchange between the two countries. It has been dropped a little bit during the 2020 because of the corona pandemic.
Yes.
But it has been raised again the last year, and it is expected to increase also in the present year. But unfortunately, still the trade balance is in favor of South Korea. For example, Egypt exports only to South Korea with about 532 million US dollars,
Yes.
and importing with about 1,500,000,000 US dollars. So still, we would like to bridge this gap
Yes.
in the deficit of the trade balance between the two countries.
Sir, the growth recorded during the last years in the bilateral trade relations turned Egypt into South Korea's most significant commercial partner in the Middle East and Africa. Would you tell us more about the fields of cooperation and investment between the two countries, and what are the measures to enhance their commercial and trade ties, in your opinion?
Well, it is true that if we look to the visits of the South Korean president, now we started with the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia and Egypt. This is the three countries which they are the highest trade development with South Korea during the last 5 years.
Yes.
Also, he now is trying to increase the trade because they import from Egypt many products. It's very important for them, and Egypt has a certain prestige in this producing these products, such as cement and oil products, granite, aluminium, because we have the biggest factory in aluminium. Also, the United Arab Emirates has a similar one, and the ready-made garments.
Yes.
And we import from South Korea, of course, machines and the equipment and autos and medical devices. And now we are tending to increase the exportation of Egyptian trade, particularly if we can do in the field of agriculture and the fruit and so on.
Well, I would like to thank you very much, Ambassador Rakha Hassan, former assistant to the Foreign Minister. Many thanks for your insight.